So this diagram shows transport of ovum, fertilization and process of growing embryo through the fallopian tube. So here A, secondary oocyte, B, fertilization, and C, after the fertilization zygote is formed, zygote starts development. So blastomers 2 cell stays, and D 4 cell stays, and E 8 cell stays, and F 16 cell stays. So whenever the number of blastomers are increases, the number of cells are increases by the cleavages. So along with that, the embryo further moves towards the uterus for further process. So what is further process? Implantation. So G diagram indicates blastocyst. So blastocyst is formed. Once blastocyst is formed, blastocyst only going to be implanted into endometrium wall of the uterus. So G is blastocyst. In notes already we discussed regarding about blastocyst diagram. So blastocyst outer region is trophoblast and inner region is inner cell mass, and the cavity blastocele. So once blastocyst is formed, blastocyst is going to be embedded with the uterine wall, with the endometrium of the uterus, that is implantation. So NCERT diagram is the most important for PU point of view and as well as for further objective point of view also, right? And this diagram shows human development real diagrams, the embryonic development real diagrams. Day 1 the zygote formation, and this day 2 2 cell stays, 4 cell stays, and 8 cell stays, and 16 cell stays. So this is morula, this diagram. So this one is morula. So 8 cell stays, 8 to 16 cell stays is morula, right? And finally on the 5th day there is formation of blastocyst, and finally further blastocyst embedded with the endometrial wall of the uterus, implantation. And this diagram indicates implantation. This is implantation process. So real implantation peak. So blastocyst further embedded with the endometrium of uterus, implantation. And coming to the next point, so discussed cleavage and blastulation, and next stage is gastrulation. So what is gastrulation? So after implantation, what type of the changes or takes place? So what type of the changes or takes place after implantation? What type of the changes or takes place? Gastrulation. Once implantation takes place, formation of primary germ layers from inner cell mass. So earlier we discussed what is the function of inner cell mass. Inner cell mass further divides as embryo, the embryonic development which takes place from inner cell mass of the blastocyst. So what is meant by gastrulation? Formation of primary germ layers from inner cell mass is called gastrulation. So what are primary germ layers? Or you remember we discussed regarding about primary germ layers in animal kingdom chapters, right? So primary germ layers are, what are primary germ layers? Ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm, right? So what is the function of primary germ layers? All the body tissues and body parts further develops from primary germ layers, ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. So gastrulation, formation of primary germ layers from inner cell mass, ectoderm and mesoderm and endoderm. After implantation, immediately inner cell mass is differentiated into primary germ layers. After implantation, immediately approximately 2 weeks, inner cell mass is differentiated into primary germ layers. So first primary germ layers formation takes place. So outer region is ectoderm, we know this. Earlier we discussed outer primary germ layer ectoderm and inner primary germ layer is endoderm, and between ectoderm and endoderm which primary germ layer is presented? Mesoderm is presented, right? So after implantation gastrulation occurs, and after gastrulation organogenesis. So here we discussed 4 points. So cleavage, blastulation, gastrulation and organogenesis. Organogenesis, genesis formation, organs. The three of primary germ layers give rise to all tissues, organs in adults is called organogenesis. So formation of the organs are called organogenesis. From where? From three primary germ layers. At the time of formation of gastrulation, there is specialized cells are presented in human embryo is called stem cells. The stem cells which have the potency to give rise to all the tissues and organs in the body. Stem cells are the specialized unique cells which have the potency to give rise to all the tissues and organs in the body. So nowadays there is stem cell banks also available. They can charge some of the amount and we can preserve our stem cells. Our means newborn baby stem cells for further in future any type of organ development or any type of organ processing. The stem cells are very helpful because unique cells, these are unique cells, these have the capability for gives rise to any type of tissues and organs in the body. So this is called as organogenesis. So gastrulation and organogenesis. So between this there is different types of the modifications or takes place. Formation of placenta. So formation of placenta we will discuss in next class, in next video class. So until this, refer notes and as well as in NCERT textbook also. Thank you very much.